For centuries, we've been told a false story, a story where a particular group of people claim to have brought civilization to the rest of the world. But history tells a different tale, a tale written in stone, in massive temples, pyramids, and fortresses that existed long before colonial powers set foot in these lands. These structures stand tall even today, unshaken by time, invaders, or false narratives. They are living proof that the so-called colonized nations had advanced infrastructure, technology, and knowledge to build wonders of their own. Yet, even today, some refuse to acknowledge this reality. They believe that without colonial intervention, these nations would have remained in darkness. They cannot break free from the idea of their own superiority, unable to accept that other civilizations had the capability to build, innovate, and govern themselves long before colonial rule. These structures are standing proof that the world was already advanced, interconnected, and self-sufficient, centuries before modern colonization began. Let's uncover the truth with living proofs from India, Africa, and other parts of Asia. Let's start with India, engineering and architectural prowess. Before colonization, Brihadiswara Temple, also known as Tanjore Temple, stands as one of the greatest architectural marvels of India. Built by Rajaraja Chola I in 1010 CE, this grand temple was not just a place of worship, but also a statement of Chola engineering prowess, governance, and economic prosperity. It is constructed entirely from granite, a stone that was not locally available, suggesting that massive quarries and transportation networks were in place long before modern infrastructure. Special features. The 216-foot Vimana is one of the tallest temple towers in the world. The 80-ton capstone at the top was lifted using an inclined plane mechanism, showcasing advanced engineering techniques. The temple has survived over 1,000 years of earthquakes, invasions, and climate changes, thanks to its interlocking stone system. Walls of the temple contain extensive inscriptions detailing tax collections, temple administration, and wages for workers, proving a highly structured economy before British rule. It was built in such a way that its shadow never falls on the ground at noon, a feat that suggests deep knowledge of architecture and astronomy. UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1987. Archaeological proof. Inscriptions and temple records confirm its completion in 1010 CE. The use of granite, which is not found locally, suggests a well-organized logistics and quarrying system. Studies on Chola inscriptions reveal information on scientific calculations and temple financing, proving an advanced economy. The Brihadiswara Temple is a living testament to India's architectural brilliance before British colonization. Kailasa Temple, Ellora, India, built 8th century CE, 1,000 years before British colonization. The Kailasa Temple in Ellora, Maharashtra, is an unparalleled rock-cut architectural masterpiece. Unlike most structures that are built brick by brick, this temple was carved out of a single rock. Built during the Rashtrakuta dynasty in the 8th century CE, this temple defies conventional construction logic, as it was excavated from the top down rather than built from the ground up. Special features. Excavated from a single rock, making it the largest monolithic rock-cut temple in the world. The carving process removed over 30 million cubic feet of rock, showing a deep understanding of geology and material strength. The temple is 3 stories tall, with detailed carvings, sculptures, and intricate designs, all carved into the same rock. The symmetry and proportions of the temple suggest advanced mathematical and engineering skills. The temple complex aligns with astronomical patterns, indicating knowledge of planetary movements. Archaeological proof. Carbon dating confirms construction in the 8th century CE. Studies reveal that the temple was likely planned using geometric calculations, as the pillars and domes follow precise proportions. The temple remains one of the best preserved examples of Indian monolithic architecture. Even today, modern architects struggle to comprehend how this temple was built, proving the Rashtrakutas had knowledge of stone cutting and excavation techniques that have since been lost. The Konark Sun Temple, located in Odisha, is a 12th century architectural wonder built in the form of a giant chariot dedicated to the sun god Surya. This temple is a perfect blend of astronomy, engineering, and artistry, proving India's advanced scientific knowledge before European contact. Special features: 24 giant stone wheels, each functioning as a sundial, capable of telling time with minute-level accuracy. The temple was designed so that the first rays of the morning sun would pass through the entrance and illuminate the deity inside. The temple's structure aligns with celestial movements, showcasing an advanced understanding of astronomy. The walls are covered in detailed carvings, depicting daily life, cultural practices, and even mechanical devices. Some legends suggest that the temple once had a floating iron statue, made possible through magnetic levitation technology. UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1984. Archaeological proof. Excavations confirm the temple's advanced drainage system, proving superior urban planning and water management. Studies on its solar alignment confirm its precision in astronomical calculations. Structural analysis reveals that the temple was built using advanced stone-binding techniques without mortar. The Konark Sun Temple stands as proof that India had an advanced understanding of astronomy, architecture, and timekeeping long before British rule. The Shore Temple in Tamil Nadu is one of the earliest structural stone temples built in India's coastal region. Constructed during the Pallava dynasty, this temple has withstood tsunamis, cyclones, and oceanic erosion for over 1,000 years. Special features: built from interlocking granite blocks, ensuring stability against oceanic erosion. Part of a larger temple complex, with submerged temples discovered underwater, proving that India had advanced coastal city planning over a millennium ago. Serves as a historical marker of India's maritime trade and naval dominance. The temple carvings depict mythological stories and maritime activity, showcasing India's trade relations with Southeast Asia. UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1984. Archaeological proof. Marine archaeology confirms that the Shore Temple was once part of a larger complex. Ancient inscriptions prove that the Pallavas were engaged in global maritime trade. Studies suggest that granite blocks were transported over 60 miles to build this temple. This temple proves that India's coastal infrastructure was highly developed, and its maritime economy thrived long before European influence. Rani Ki Vav, India, built 11th century CE, 800 years before British colonization. The Rani Ki Vav stepwell in Gujarat is an engineering marvel that combines aesthetic beauty with advanced water management techniques. Unlike ordinary wells, this multi-tiered structure served as a cooling system, a storage facility, and a subterranean palace. Special features: 7 levels deep, with over 500 intricately carved sculptures. Naturally filters and stores water, showcasing a deep understanding of hydrology. The stepwell remains cool even in extreme summers, showing passive cooling technology. Designed to withstand monsoons and floods, proving sophisticated climate-resilient architecture. UNESCO World Heritage Site, 2014. Archaeological proof. Excavations reveal that the stepwell's original structure is still intact, even after centuries of flooding. Water flow analysis proves that it was scientifically designed to maintain groundwater levels. The carvings show depictions of cultural life, deities, and royal traditions, confirming its historical significance. The Rani Ki Vav stepwell is clear evidence of India's mastery in water conservation and sustainable urban planning, long before colonial rule. These 5 Indian structures challenge the colonial myth that India lacked advanced engineering or infrastructure before European intervention. These temples and water systems remain standing today, proving India was self-sufficient and technologically advanced centuries before colonization. Africa, the great civilizations before colonization. For centuries, colonial narratives have dismissed Africa as a land without history or civilization before European arrival. However, the reality is far different. Africa was home to some of the world's most advanced civilizations, with majestic cities, intricate stone architecture, and scientific innovations that predated European contact by centuries, if not millennia. Here are 5 African architectural wonders that prove Africa's engineering, mathematical, and construction expertise long before colonization. Great Pyramid of Giza, Egypt, built c. 2508 to 2560 BCE, 3062 years before British colonization. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the only surviving wonder of the ancient world and stands as an engineering marvel that continues to baffle scientists and architects. Built during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, this pyramid was constructed with such precision that even modern technology struggles to replicate its design. Special features: The pyramid's sides are aligned within 1/15 of a degree to true north, demonstrating an advanced understanding of geography and astronomy. Originally covered in polished white limestone, making it shine brightly in the sun, visible for miles. Constructed from 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing between 2 to 80 tons. The pyramid is positioned at the exact geographic center of Earth's landmass, proving deep cartographic knowledge. Internal air shafts align with specific stars, suggesting an advanced understanding of astronomical positioning. UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1979. Archaeological proof: discovered papyrus scrolls from the time of Pharaoh Khufu prove that skilled laborers, not slaves, built the pyramid. Mathematical proportions align with pi and the golden ratio, showcasing deep mathematical knowledge. Studies on limestone remnants confirm that the original pyramid surface reflected sunlight, making it one of the most visually striking structures of its time. This pyramid stands as undeniable proof that Egypt had an advanced civilization thousands of years before European colonial contact. Great Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, built 11th–15th century CE, 400 years before British colonization. The Great Zimbabwe ruins are one of Africa's most significant architectural achievements, proving that the Shona civilization built massive stone cities without European influence. Colonial explorers refused to believe that Africans had constructed it and falsely claimed that it was built by foreign civilizations. However, modern archaeology has confirmed its African origins. 32-foot-high stone walls built using dry stone masonry, without mortar, yet standing for centuries. Over 180,000 people once lived in the city, making it one of the largest settlements in medieval Africa. The great enclosure contains intricately designed walls and passageways, suggesting a highly advanced social structure. Archaeologists discovered gold artifacts and trade goods from China, Persia, and India, proving that Great Zimbabwe was part of an international trade network. The tower structures are believed to have had astronomical and ritual significance. UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1986. Carbon dating confirms that Great Zimbabwe was built between 1100 and 1450 CE. The site contains pottery from Persia and beads from India, proving long-distance African trade before European arrival. Studies on the stonework reveal that the walls were designed to flex during earthquakes, showing knowledge of seismic-resistant engineering. Great Zimbabwe stands as evidence that African civilizations were highly sophisticated before colonization. Lalibela rock-hewn churches, Ethiopia, built 12th–13th century CE. Located in Lalibela, Ethiopia, this complex consists of 11 monolithic churches, each carved directly into solid volcanic rock. Built during the reign of King Lalibela, these structures were created as an alternative pilgrimage site for Ethiopian Christians who could not travel to Jerusalem. Special features: carved top-down from single rock formations, similar to the Kailasa temple in India. The churches are interconnected through a series of tunnels and trenches, demonstrating advanced urban planning. Some churches have water drainage systems, showing knowledge of hydrological engineering. The complex was designed to mimic Jerusalem, proving Ethiopia's connection to global religious and cultural exchanges. Still in use today, serving as an active place of worship for Ethiopian Orthodox Christians. UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1978. Archaeological proof: carbon dating and architectural analysis confirm construction between the 12th and 13th centuries CE. Excavations have revealed ancient religious artifacts, confirming the long-standing Christian tradition in Ethiopia. Studies suggest that hand tools and iron chisels were used to carve these massive structures. These churches challenge the false colonial narrative that Africa lacked monumental architecture and religious institutions. Djenné Mosque, Mali, built 13th century CE, rebuilt 1907. The Great Mosque of Djenné, located in Mali, is the largest mud brick structure in the world and a masterpiece of sustainable African architecture. Built during the Mali Empire, it represents the region's advanced knowledge of urban planning and construction techniques suited for hot climates. Special features: built entirely from mud bricks, palm wood, and a plaster of clay, allowing for natural insulation. Maintains indoor cooling using natural airflows, making it one of the earliest examples of passive climate control. The structure is restored annually by local masons, ensuring that traditional construction knowledge is passed down across generations. The mosque served as a center of learning and was connected to the University of Sankore in Timbuktu, one of Africa's greatest intellectual centers. UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1988. Archaeological proof. Excavations reveal evidence of earlier structures beneath the mosque, suggesting that Jenne has been an urban center for over 1,000 years. Historical records confirm that Islamic scholars and architects were part of its construction, proving that West Africa was an intellectual hub long before colonization. This mosque disproves the myth that Africa had no architectural expertise before European arrival. Conclusion: Africa was advanced before colonization. These African structures stand as undeniable proof that civilizations across the continent had advanced engineering, scientific knowledge, and complex social systems long before European colonization. The pyramids of Giza demonstrate that Egypt had mathematical and astronomical knowledge millennia before Europe's Renaissance. Great Zimbabwe proves that Africans built massive cities and traded with far-off nations. The rock-hewn churches of Lalibela and the Jenne Mosque showcase Africa's architectural and religious traditions that thrived without external influence. Despite this, many still refuse to acknowledge Africa's pre-colonial advancements, clinging to outdated colonial narratives. History proves them wrong. These structures still stand today, challenging the myth that civilization only came to Africa through European colonization. The real question is, why is this truth still ignored? Asia, proof of advanced societies before colonization. Asia, home to some of the world's earliest civilizations, has long been at the forefront of scientific, architectural, and cultural advancements. From massive temple complexes to fortified walls spanning thousands of miles, these architectural wonders stand as proof that Asia had highly advanced societies long before European colonization. Here are 3 remarkable structures that challenge the myth that colonizers brought civilization to Asia. Borobudur, Indonesia, built 9th century CE, 1,000 years before Dutch colonization. The Borobudur Temple in Indonesia is the largest Buddhist temple in the world and a marvel of spiritual, artistic, and engineering mastery. Built during the reign of the Sailendra dynasty, this temple complex represents a blend of Buddhist philosophy and astronomical precision. Special features. Constructed in the shape of a mandala, symbolizing the Buddhist vision of the universe. Features 9 stacked platforms, resembling a pyramid, with a central dome at the top surrounded by 72 stupas. Over 500 Buddha statues and 2,600 relief panels, each intricately carved to depict spiritual teachings in daily life. Aligns with the cardinal directions, showcasing a deep understanding of cosmic positioning and celestial alignments. Built with lava stone, sourced from local volcanoes, demonstrating knowledge of material selection for durability. UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1991. Archaeological proof. Studies confirm that the temple was constructed between 750 to 850 CE, predating Dutch colonization by 1,000 years. LiDAR scanning has revealed underground structures that suggest a larger, hidden city beneath Borobudur. The drainage system beneath the temple remains fully functional, proving advanced hydrological engineering. Borobudur proves that Southeast Asia had deep religious, artistic, and scientific knowledge long before European contact. The Angkor Wat temple complex in Cambodia is one of the largest religious monuments in the world and a testament to the engineering skills of the Khmer Empire. Built under King Suryavarman II, this massive structure reflects not only spiritual devotion, but also Cambodia's deep understanding of hydrology, architecture, and urban planning. Originally built as a Hindu temple dedicated to Vishnu, later converted into a Buddhist temple, covers over 400 acres, making it the largest religious structure on Earth. Surrounded by a vast moat, acting as both a defensive feature and part of an advanced water management system. The temple's towers represent Mount Meru, a sacred 5-peaked mountain in Hindu and Buddhist cosmology. Perfect astronomical alignment. The temple is positioned so that during the spring equinox, the sun rises directly over the central tower. UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1992. LiDAR technology has revealed an entire lost city beneath the surrounding forests, proving that Angkor Wat was part of a vast metropolitan complex. Studies show that Angkor's water reservoirs and canals were designed to prevent floods and ensure a year-round water supply, showing advanced hydrological engineering. Carbon dating confirms construction in the early 12th century CE, long before French colonial rule. Angkor Wat disproves the colonial myth that Southeast Asia lacked urban planning and scientific knowledge before European contact. The Great Wall of China is one of the most extensive engineering projects in human history, built to protect Chinese states and empires from invasions. Stretching over 13,000 miles, it represents China's military, architectural, and strategic expertise long before European involvement. Built using a variety of materials including stone, brick, tamped earth, and wood, adapting to different terrains. Some sections were constructed to withstand earthquakes, showing knowledge of seismic engineering. Watchtowers, fortifications, and signaling systems allowed for long-distance communication using fire and smoke signals. Portions of the wall were reinforced using sticky rice mortar, which has helped preserve it for over 2,000 years, visible from space, demonstrating its immense scale. UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1987. Excavations confirm construction started in the 7th century BCE, predating European colonial ambitions by over 2,000 years. Some parts of the wall remain intact despite earthquakes, floods, and centuries of erosion, proving advanced engineering durability. Ancient documents and inscriptions detail the complex logistics, labor management, and military strategies used in its construction. The Great Wall proves that China had a highly organized military defense system and advanced civil engineering long before European colonization. Conclusion: Asia was highly advanced before colonization. These structures stand as proof that Asian civilizations had mastered architecture, urban planning, astronomy, and engineering long before European intervention. Borobudur showcases spiritual depth, cosmic knowledge, and artistic brilliance in Indonesia. Angkor Wat proves that Cambodia had an advanced water management system and urban planning centuries before the French arrived. The Great Wall of China demonstrates military strategy, materials science, and long-term defense planning that predates European attempts at fortification. Despite these facts, many people still cling to the colonial myth that civilization was brought to Asia by European powers. History tells a different story, one carved in stone. Subscribe and stay with us as we uncover history, known and unknown.